Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to change the mid-frame on a Samsung Galaxy Note 4 smartphone. It's been a beautiful phone for me, but I recently dropped it and I broke the mid-frame. I dropped it while it was plugged into the charge port. So I had a cable plugged into the charge port and it broke the charge port on the mid-frame. It didn't break the charge port itself, but the plastic around the charge port on the mid-frame. And it's cracked in another place as well, so I want to replace it. Now, I'll put a link to the mid-frame that I'm going to use on this repair in the video description below for everybody. I got it from eBay, and one of the things to note on buying a mid-frame for a Note 4 is that you make sure you get one that has the microphone and speaker included inside the mid-frame. You can get it without, but I don't recommend it. It's just way too much work for the extra couple of dollars that it costs to get it included with the mid-frame. So it makes repair much easier. So let's take this apart and I'll show you how to do this and how to replace the mid-frame. First, I'm going to show you the damage on mine and then we'll move on from there. So here's my Note 4, and the damage I have is right here on the charge port. You can see there should be a bottom piece of plastic across the bottom here. It's snapped right off, which makes the port now really wobbly. So I'm going to replace that. I think there's another crack right here on the actual frame itself, mid-frame. And the mid-frame is this white piece that goes all the way around the middle of the phone, hence the name mid-frame. So we're going to replace that. Show you what I got from eBay. This is the replacement part. Perfect, really nice. Nothing wrong with it. Port is complete. It does have the headphone jack right there, or earphone jack, and the speaker built in. And I also bought another one, and that's how I learned my lesson. And so this is the value I'm adding to you in this video. This one, it was much, I think it was about $3 or $4 cheaper, but it didn't have the speaker or the earphone jack, which means I would have probably have to have taken it off the old one and replace it. And I didn't want to go through that, as it is, the original is glued on. And I just, I'd rather just go with the one that has it already included for a couple extra dollars. Now, other damage that could happen to your mid-frame, you could crack the cover on your camera lens, or this cover on this sensor here, or it could be broken just about anywhere else, including the buttons. This one here was also missing the power button for some reason. So yeah, not really happy with this purchase, but I did buy a complete one here with everything on it. The power button is there, as you can see. The watermark indicator, which was curiously missing on that one too. The speaker and the earphone jack are included as well. So a complete mid-frame there. So let's get on to taking this thing apart. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do is power the phone down. I assume you know how to do that. Hold the power button down, wait till you get the prompt, and then choose to power down the phone. I'm not going to go through that. I'm going to assume you know how to power your phone down. So next thing you need to do is remove the back cover. And on the side, you'll see a little tab right there. And if you take your fingernail or something that goes into that little tab on the, if you're looking at it, on the top left-hand corner, there. That'll allow you to wedge that off and just use your fingernail to go around it till you remove the rear battery cover, like so. Okay, so there's the battery cover removed. Next thing, and nice thing about this phone, is that you can actually remove the battery and replace it that easily. So from the back, just lift it up and pull it out. Next thing you want to remove, if you have a memory card in there, remove the memory card. Just slides out, it's friction fit. There we go. Memory card. And the SIM card, same sort of thing. It's just a friction fit. Slide it out, and hopefully I can get it out of there. Pull it out. There we go. Pull out the SIM card and the memory card. Put those to the side. Basically, that's it on removing those peripherals. We're going to remove the pen from the bottom. There we go. Pen's gone. So at this point, the next thing we need to do is remove every screw on the back of this plate. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 screws in total. And I'll show you the right screwdriver to use on this, and then we'll continue on. I'm going to be using a Phillips 0. That's the size of the head on it. It's a 0 Phillips head precision screwdriver. And you can see this one's from Cobalt, which means I got it at Lowe's, but you can get these anywhere. I'll put links to this stuff in the video description for you. But yeah, a 0 works just fine. A 0, 0, a double 0 will work as well. I like using the largest that will fit, and I think the 0 fits beautifully on these screws. So let's take those 16 screws off. All right, I've loosened up all the 16 screws. I believe it's 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And the order doesn't matter. You can take them off in any order you wish. Next, I'm just going to pull them all off one by one. All right, before we go any further, I wanted to point out that replacing the mid-frame may void your warranty, though I don't know how they're going to know whether you replaced it or not, but just warning that it might void your warranty doing this. So, take that into consideration. Mine does not have warranty. It's well out of warranty, so it's no big deal for me, but I will be replacing it, and I just want you to know that. I've got all the 16 screws out of the back of the mid frame. Now we're going to go and remove the mid frame from the actual body of the phone. I'm going to be using a cell phone repair kit like this one. You can get them on eBay and on Amazon fairly cheap. I'll put a link in the video description below for you guys. And I find that generally the small tool and the guitar pick work the best for opening up cases. In fact, the guitar pick is probably the best of the two. But I'll try them both and see what works the best. We'll go from there, and we'll open it up. Now, these kits also sometimes, they come with two screwdrivers, the Phillips and the standard screwdriver in this kit anyway. I just like mine better, and it's a Phillips 0 that you need for this. So we're going to separate the case from the mid-frame from the phone, and I'm going to slide this. We'll try this tool first, and what we're going to do is slide it in between the frame and the mid frame here, and unclip anything that's between the metal and the frame along the battery opening. So I'll start that here. You can see how that lifts up right there, and I'm going to go around until it all clicks up. There we go. Seems to be working okay. And like I said, it's a process. There's no guaranteed way to get this off right. This is how I'm doing it. And after I've got this all jimmied up, I'm going to move to the edge of the phone and work from there. Don't seem too much movement on that. Next, where I'm going to go is between the glass and the mid frame along the edge. Now, be very careful here not to put too much pressure on the glass, because it can break. Okay, so I'm going to go along the edge here, lift it up. You can see how it lifts. And yours will probably be a little harder than this, because I've taken this off before because I wanted to go through it. And there's a little bit of adhesive between the glass and the mid frame here. So just slowly work your way around. I'm using the guitar pick as a wedge just to keep it open, like so. And I'm going to move on all the way around the edge of the phone until I get it all separated. So I'm leaving the wedge here near the bottom right, and we'll continue on. Like I said, don't force it. Just keep sliding around till it lets go, and it will. There we go. Okay, so let's see if we can get this to separate. There we go. There we go. It is. It's come off. I've got the, yeah, see, look at that. There's my headphone jack. Just fell off there, but it's, again, friction fit. You can always put it back in and keep it around. Maybe you can use it as a spare part in case your other one ever breaks again. Just keep that handy. You can see the speaker still on this one as well. So that's part of the nice thing about having it this way. It's complete, ready to go, right? So, all right, there's the mid frame off the phone. And we're going to take it now and put the new mid frame on top. Basically just snaps in. So let's do that. There's a nice new mid frame. Beautiful. Headphone jacks in there. Make sure that it's nice and secure, and it is. Speaker, power button, everything looks beautiful. So let's put this back on. And you may want to clean the lens here, or at least make sure that the lens cover on your camera is clean. Maybe make sure your camera is clean too. Mine looks okay. And put it back on, and it's just a snap on. So we're just gonna place it on top and go around until it all clicks in. You can hear it clicking on. Look around the edge, make sure you got a nice secure fit, and I do. There we go. Now before you put the screws, the 16 screws back in, you may want to just test it out. It'll work fine without the screws in it, but by testing it out, I mean check your microphone jack, make sure that works. Check your speaker, make sure you got functionality out of that as well. That sound comes out of it, and all that. So I'm going to test it, and then I'll get back and put the 16 screws back in, and put the accessories back on. Okay, tested out my microphone and speaker. They sound perfectly fine. A little bit of karaoke from me, and the audio was tested. So yeah, my earphone jack and speaker work great. Check my fit all the way around the edges, and it's snapped in nicely. Like I said, make sure you just squeeze it tight all the way around. It's good. Now we're ready to put the 16 screws back in and then finish up this job. I want to point something else out too, is that there is a little protective film on this lens cover, and I just start at a corner and peel it back in that direction. I suggest using something like a toothpick, something soft, maybe the plastic pry tool that you used, or maybe even just your fingernail. Try not to scratch the lens though, but you can see here where I've started to remove it, and I'm going to finish removing it and show you that it's there. And you want to remove it because your camera will be blurry without that protective cover taken off. There's a better look at that. You can see the film coming off, and you can see that it covers the actual lens port. So just take it all the way off, and I got a little bit of residue left there. I'll just wipe that off with a little bit of alcohol and a nice soft cloth and get that nice and clean. So definitely remove and peel off that protective cover so you get your camera working perfectly. Next, I'm going to put the 16 screws back on, put it back together again, and show you the finished product. There we have all 16 screws put back in. There's no particular order. I started at the top of the phone, worked my way down. You can start anywhere. It doesn't really matter. Again, don't super tighten them. Just go snug, and it should be more than enough. I mean, there's 16 screws on the bottom of that piece of plastic. Shouldn't go anywhere at this point. So next, put the battery back on and put the back cover back on. So let's do that. I'll put my memory card in, nice SanDisk 32 gig card, and my SIM plugs in right here. How nice is that? And one of the nice things about this phone is that it allows you to replace the battery or upgrade the battery, okay? So I'm going to finish this up by putting the battery back in. Oh, I don't have the SIM in all the right way. Let's do that. One of those. Okay, there we go. There we go, much better. All the way back in. Battery, again, make sure you got the prongs against these prongs, the contacts against the contact prongs there. And so put it top first, lock the bottom down. Now put the cover on. Yeah, pen goes into the pen slot if you wish, like so. There's your pen back in. And put the back cover on, and we're done. All right, so snap it in all the way around. There's little clips. You'll hear it go snap, snap, snap all the way around as you clip it on. Like that. You hear that? There we go. All the way around. Make sure it's nice and secure. All the way around. Like so. There we go. And now you see that beautiful new mid-frame on that phone. Everything works. The power button and everything. There, it just turned on. I hit the power button. So you know it's booting. There we go. Beautiful. So that's how you replace a mid-frame. Let me wrap this all up, and I'll finish the video up and let you go. That's it for my video on the Samsung Note 4 mid-frame replacement. Worked great for me. I love this phone. I know it's getting a little old. Note 9, I believe, is available today, but unfortunately, you cannot replace the battery on those, at least not easily, like you can on this thing. And that is a big plus for me. It's a feature-rich phone. It still works great, and you can do things like put an 11,600 milliamp hour cell into it just by removing the back cover and putting it on the phone. So now I have a cell phone with an 11,600 milliamp cell. Yeah, and I don't have to charge it for a day and a half, 2 days, no problem at all. It just goes and goes and goes with this cell. So can you do that with your phone? Well, you can with the Note 4, and that's what makes it a great phone for me. Now, I'll put links to this stuff in the video description below for you guys, including that 11,600 milliamp cell. It does come together with a complete case. There's what it looks like with the cell and the case put together. Fully functional, lovely, works great, and the battery lasts forever on this phone when you do that. Why I love it. Okay, that's it for my video. If you like this video and it helped you out in some way, click on the like button here in the bottom right hand corner. Give me a thumbs up. It helps my video, it helps my channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Also over here, you'll see a picture of me. That is a subscription link. Click on that subscription link and you'll be subscribed to my channel. As part of that process, you will get a bell icon. The bell icon is the notification icon. If you click on that during the subscription process, you'll be notified every time I put up a new video, and then you can watch it at your own leisure. Once again, and like always, I want to thank you all for your time, for watching, and the very kind comments that you give me every day. I appreciate it all.